Hey, how's it going? This is James P. White from 95.7 Cruise FM, The Locker Room. Welcome to the Jedi Jimmy podcast. This is episode number 27. It's the Obi-Wan Kenobi, A Jedi's Return breakdown. So what that was is it was a behind the scenes and a making of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, as well as it did clarify a few things that I was incorrect about. Now, the first mistake I actually did make was when I was talking about in the first couple episodes where Obi-Wan lived. It wasn't in Mos Eisley. It was actually near Anchorhead. Now, Anchorhead was made reference to in Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, when Luke said to Obi-Wan, I could give you a ride to Anchorhead or as far as Anchorhead so you can get a transport to Mos Eisley or wherever you need to go. So I was wrong. I actually said it was Mos Eisley, but they were near Anchorhead. Now, there was actually a little person in the movie. Now, she was actually inside the box droid at the sand whale farm where Obi-Wan worked. It was that little box droid that had where they retrieved their pay. So that was a little person that was inside of there. Now, Owen and Brew, Uncle Owen and Aunt Brew in this series was the exact same actors as it was in the prequel movies. And when they made this movie, Owen and Brew never saw each other since they did the movies, back almost 20 years ago. Now, the cool thing about seeing the making of this series was they didn't use a lot of CGI when it came to the aliens. They were all masks that had robotic parts inside them. So when the aliens or the actors playing the aliens moved their face, the masks themselves moved. I thought that was really cool. It's a new technology that they started using. And another thing is Hayden Christensen, who played Obi-Wan Kenobi in the prequel series, and then later, no, sorry, he played Anakin in the prequel series, as well as Darth Vader. But he was only 19 when he did Attack of the Clones. And I didn't realize he was that young. Now, in the scene where in the flashback scene where they're fighting each other, using the lightsabers in the flashback where they're at the temple, there was a lot of cool lightsaber combat. And the thing is they had practiced so much that some of their moves and techniques that they used, they actually ad-libbed. They didn't do it all choreographed. That was something I didn't know. Now the lightsaber scene also where Obi-Wan and Vader were fighting each other on the last scene on the planet in episode 6, they decided to mix it up a little bit because one thing I wasn't really paying attention to is they used a lot more force techniques in their combat scene than they did in any other lightsaber scene that was used in Star Wars. And that's one thing I didn't really notice or pay attention to. And I thought that was pretty cool because they wanted to mix it up a little bit. And finally, at the end of this movie or the series where Obi-Wan Kenobi meets Luke for the first time, when he said hello there, I thought during the making of while I was watching the series, the first thing that actually popped into my mind was when Obi-Wan in episode 3 said hello there to General Grievous. But it actually made reference to Star Wars Episode 4 when Obi-Wan Kenobi, played by Alec Guinness at that time, scared away the sand people, and he said hello there to R2-D2. I didn't really put two and two together for that one until I saw this series, this making of. It's a really cool episode. You need to check it out. If you haven't, get on it. Now, I have 2 more episodes coming up soon, because I do actually have another episode coming where I'm giving a bit of a backstory leading up to the Andor series, and that's going to be in the next few days. But the big one is next Friday. I will be releasing the breakdown of the Andor series, the first 3 episodes. That comes out next Wednesday, is the next 3 episodes. So I'll be breaking all that down next Friday. I'm so looking forward to that. This series looks awesome. I look forward to seeing you there. But before I say goodbye, I do need to thank my sponsors. First of all, the Dean Blundell Network on deanblundell.com, as well as I do need to thank my buddy Army Chris, who has helped me with the behind the scenes on this and learning how to do the podcast and all that kind of stuff. I look forward to seeing you next week, and may the Force be with you always.